So another thing that I was working on over the last few weeks is thought hijacking. I've got a recording and then we'll go further down the rabbit hole with it. Here we go.
A topic is rewiring the brain. So the rewiring of the brain is when you bring forth consciousness in and you stop allowing your brain to be hijacked. Who's it being hijacked from? Don't know for sure. Is it being hijacked? If you have any thought, if you're being told about another person, if stories are running amok in your brain, your brain is hijacked. So we're going to talk about that. Also, how to reprogram the hijackers' intentions with your own intentions, with your clarity, with your clarity and your assistance from your light family. Good. And that's all I know. Hijacking is an important thing.
Okay, so we were talking about hijacking. So, interesting. I'll leave a video below. Someone messaged me on one of my videos, two of my videos actually, and was asking about that. And then I went to their page and they had information regarding the CIA and the FBI and all the good stuff who have these machines that hijack the brain of certain people that they target. I thought that was interesting. I'll leave it there for you to decide for yourself. So part of the last 2 weeks, got this crystal, like I literally cut my finger. It is no joke. This is a powerhouse little, it's like, it's got crystals coming from every end. So to point it in one direction for you to get a shot of energy is difficult. As I was moving it around, I realized that it is a powerhouse on every level, so it doesn't matter what direction it's in. Anywho, hijacking is an important piece to. So there's two things to identify with the hijacking. When your brain is hijacked, it creates something around your heart space and your, sorry, I'm so close. Something around your heart space that is like layers of blocks. So when you can listen to your brain being hijacked through thoughts of old storylines and things like that, the way that I was doing it is I go in and I ask to delete those thoughts from my mind and to open up that part of the heart in which it's protecting. So the story is meant for you to protect yourself. You let go of the story, ask your ascended masters, your angels, your guides, whoever you work with. And then from there, you can ask to unblock the part of you that is protecting yourself in that area from which that story arises. If you want to go further into the work, you can ask to see if it's connected to a deep wound, which may have roots to it, which is what I found. It's like these stories get created, then the stories create the protection around the heart. And it's only through our free will of choice that we decide that we don't want to protect ourselves any longer through the story because of the story. And those are the places in which you can invite in the Divine Mother for a deeper connection, which is part of the work I was doing. So the hijacking part to it was interesting because it there are thoughts that are coming through that are not really even your thoughts, or they correlate to a fear of an experience, but they're not actually an experience that you actually have encountered. They're just thoughts of fears of something that you imagine would be the outcome, that would be a hijack. So if it's a story of something you remember, and even that I feel like is a hijack, but it's a hijack from a different direction. Let's go into it from two aspects. So there's one hijack, and the hijack is you perceive something to be a negative outcome when it never even had the chance to play out in that. So you've assumed um, from your realistic viewpoint, right? You would say it's from the mind that that you fear the worst, so therefore you don't act. That's a hijack. Another hijack would be um, you have an experience and then you get replayed that experience either with a new scenario that makes you fearful of the actions of that person, which is not the person you had the experience with, hijack, or it keeps you from creating that person even in your existence through the hijack of previous hurts and fears. It also keeps you from, you can't have those stories and then also have that closeness with the Divine Mother. So even though she knows your heart, you have free will, so you have to welcome her into those places. So going to those storylines and asking to clear them. And then as they want to come back in, claiming the deletion of it. So why would something want to come back in that you've already forgave, right? From the storyline, you forgive and then you release the story. Why does it come back in? It's a hijack, right? So this second time it comes in is a hijack. Now, you would say, well, we could get all discombobulated and say, hey, my brain's being hijacked. Okay, yes, but light always trumps darkness, guaranteed, always, every time. So it doesn't, we're talking about functions that have been something that are happening internally. We don't have to, they're happening. Now, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to respond to it? And what are you going to do to counteract it? And you could get bothered by it, but then that would be not the right direction to go in my opinion. I've gone in that direction, so I can just tell you from my opinion, it doesn't create freedom and sovereignty. It creates something having more power over you than you have over yourself. And that, in the end, is not possible. There are opportunities to, in my opinion, exercise your gift of free will and the power that that you have within your life family for that support, and you can experience the support of that. You can experience the support of your light family as you guys work with those hijacks. So there's a lot of positive that can come from it, and then the hijacks don't even have to come anymore because those hijacks are affecting how you manifest. And now that the information is out on the table and you have the support of your light family to assist you with it, and you're aware that you're being hijacked, you can actually make new choices and create new approaches to what's occurring. And I can share with you that when I examined it for a long time, I've been hijacked for a really long time. What I didn't have is this information. And what I did is I felt powerless over those thoughts. Instead, now that I've been working with it regularly, right? So it's a daily basis, hourly basis sometimes, or maybe not, but you're able to build your team support, because they're there to support you. But if you don't have anything to show, if they have nothing to show you how they're supporting you because you don't ask for help, then you don't get to see the co-creation that you guys get to create together. So, you know, Is it a problem? I don't know. I think it's more of a opportunity to start co-creating and working with your light team. In addition to that, these hijacks have been going on for a long time on the planet, so perhaps even the work in which we're doing can have a more expanded effect on the planet, more than what we may know as an idea, a possibility. I'm not saying it's true or not true, I don't know, but in an infinite world of this reality system, it's quite possible. So I'm going to close out this video, and me and this beautiful crystal, who is very powerful, are going to say to you that we encode this video with the highest light, highest love, and highest of sounds and vibration. And I'm going to let the crystal do its sound and shut back up for a second.